It's literally incredible. Bet you gotta agree with me. Sitting here in front of the people's house, celebrating Hanukkah. I think it's time we do a little tribute to our Bobas and Zaydis, to our grandparents, those who paved the way before us, those who came with memories and a dream, and of course, a great recipe for latkes. So we want to dedicate this song to our Bobbe, who's watching from heaven, giving everybody a blessing. This song, Bobbing You, goes like this. Wave your hands if you've got a Bobby in your life. Come on.
Where she's cooking, she's cooking. My Bobby tells you you're good looking, good looking. The kids that play Apache hands alive. Bobby should make you fish a knee alive. But that bakery's so lonely, lonely, yeah, yeah. My Bobby's kettle is so stormy. My shtetl credits is calling your name. I hear my shtetl is ain't no highway, but there ain't no highway back to Krenik. Ain't no train inside this ride. And there ain't no train inside this ride. Oh, I can close my eyes and say, I close my eyes and say, hello, oh, welcome to the shtetl. Oh, 1, 2, 3, hey, Bobby, 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 you, Bobby, 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 you. Ay, 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 my shtetl's calling, yeah, yeah. Sweet sun, there's a moon in line. Down like shaking a everyone's your friend in this cobblestone land.
Let's see clapping in the back row. Back row.
Seems to know your Bobby, Bobby. They'll share their wine and their knishes train inside this ride. I close my eyes and say, hello LA, oh welcome to the center of my barbecue, barbecue. Ay, 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 my Städtels calling. Still schon, es wurde klar, da war ich schon genäht, oh, die Bombe zu sein, ist so freie Alcacaya, Alcacaya barbecue, barbecue. Ay, 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 my Städtels calling. Okay, we need everybody clap along on a beat like this. Come on, clap, 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 clap. Come on, clap, clap.
Gotta help out our Ruby on the drum. That's right. Give it the beat. We're bringing it in. We're bringing in the Hanukkah on the ellipse. The National Menorah. Here it comes.
Oh, you move it, Bobby, you move it, Bobby, you move it, my Bobby, you move it. 1, 2, 3, move it, Bobby, you move it, Bobby, you. Why, my Städtels calling. Ich bin schon in der Mutter, da war ich schon genäht, oh, die Bombe so sein, ist so Fehler. Alcacaya barbecue, barbecue. Ay, 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 my Städtels calling. Ich bin schon in der Mutter, da war ich schon genäht, oh, die Bombe so sein, ist so Fehler.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're watching from. I would like to welcome you here to Washington, D.C. on the ellipse, right in front of the White House, where we will be celebrating the lighting of the National Menorah for the 46th time. My name is Rabbi Levi Shem Tov. I'm the Executive Director of the American Friends of Lubavitch, Chabad, which is the sponsor of this evening's event. And I see that there are still many people who are walking in. We've had thousands of reservations, and this is the first year I remember that we couldn't take reservations up until the event because we have to make sure we have enough space for everybody. We have some dignitaries here, representatives from the administration, and a special group of guests. They will all be introduced to you in short order. But first I'd like to ask for us all to receive a warm welcome from an amazing musical group. As you know, we oftentimes, every year actually, have support from the Military District of Washington, who sends us one of the military bands from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. This year, as they are away celebrating some time with their families, we felt at the National Menorah Council that we would engage a private orchestra, the National Menorah Orchestra. So to welcome us and kick off this program, we're going to ask them to give us a wonderful rendition of the classic Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom, welcome in peace.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Yashoris, Oy Malachei Elioy, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Yashoris, Oy Malachei Elioy, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Yashoris. Here we go.
We really are fortunate to have with us Maestro Avrami Garari, one of the foremost talents in Jewish music today. And that song was just rendered to us by those who brought you the concert before our program, the Marcus Brothers and Eighth Day. So well known around the country. Eighth Day, very appropriate for Hanukkah. They're traveling every night of the next week. They only have Friday night and Shabbat off with a concert on Saturday night. But you made it here. We appreciate it, and thank you for that. This year marks a special milestone because it's been 50 years since public menorahs have been lit across the United States. 50 years. And that started way back in 1974 when a call for Hanukkah events came from the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and my father, who's here with us today, Rabbi Abraham Shem Tov, decided with several of his colleagues to light a menorah in Independence Mall, right in front of where the documents of our great nation were formulated and signed, marking the birth of the United States of America almost 250 years ago, which we will celebrate in the next 2 years. And since then, many millions of people have attended these events. And we, the Jewish people, have since been afforded unprecedented religious freedom. And we are to celebrate just that in the spirit of those who came before us and wished for what we can experience today. We will now continue with our Hanukkah medley. We have the Hanukkah songs with lyrics that will go on the screens to my right and left on the sides there. And I hope that you'll join along if you know the songs. You'll hum along if you like the tunes. And everybody will join in, and the sound will be just absolutely terrific from you all guys. So we're going to hear the Hanukkah medley, and then stay tuned for the Miracle of Light afterward. Go ahead.
Reminds us of days long ago. Thank you.
Are they wonderful or what? I've been listening to Maestro of Remy Garari's music for over 40 years. Thanks for bringing your talent and wisdom to such a wonderful place. Let's hear it for Maestro of Remy Garari. Miracle of Light.
One of our songs that's now playing nationally on the radio. What an honor to perform it right here on the ellipse, Hanukkah on the ellipse, at the Menorah, National Menorah. Here we go.
No fighter plane, no battleship can crush what's pure and sweet. It's that last drop of oil.
Hands in the air.
Just won't
Menorah's
cease.
playing. Here we come.
Keeps our little hopping flame dancing to the beat. It's that last drop of oil. We're taking to the streets
And we'll blow smoke in the face of darkness. Set fires to burn up the night. Tell Henry, tell all your stories. Be a miracle of light. Blow smoke in the face of darkness. Set fires to burn up the night. Tell Henry, tell all your stories. Be a miracle of light. I must be known. Back and forth like a flame on the menorah.
Everybody sing.
I'll be your restless. I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be your miracle of light. I'll be your restless. I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be a miracle of light.
Oh, crushed like an olive, let your oil flow.
When there's nothing left, your true colors show. So reach deep down and grab that spark. Ain't you tired of living in the dark? Show me you can light, show you the light. Show me you can light, show you the light.
We'll blow smoke in the face of darkness.
Set fires to burn up the night. Tell Henry, tell all your stories. Be a miracle of light. Blow smoke in the face of darkness. Set fires to burn up the night. Tell Henry, tell all your stories. Be a miracle of light. Alright, now we need those flashlights. Almost time for light. Come on.
Everybody sing.
I'll be your restless. I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be a miracle of light. I'll be your restless. I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be a miracle of light.
I'll be your miracle.
Show me a candle. I show you the
I'll be
light.
your miracle.
Yeah.
I'll be your Everybody hands in the air, come on. Yes.
Show me a candle. Come on.
I'll be your nest. I'll be your nest. I'll be your nest. I'll be your nest.
I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be a miracle of light. I'll be your nest. I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be your miracle. Everybody sing your nest. I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be a miracle of light. I'll be your nest. I'll be your bright light. I'll be your miracle. I'll be a miracle of light.
I'll be your nest.
Flashlight to the air. That's right.
I'll be your miracle.
Miracle of light. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Thank you so much.
You know, Jewish mysticism teaches how 7 is the normal order of things in the cycle of nature, and 8 is beyond nature. 8 is like a miracle. And I think that the music of the 8th day is actually beyond nature. So thank you very much for that. Let's hear it for the 8th day. So if Hanukkah is about light and miracles, it is so much more about the children, because the word Hanukkah, the Hebrew word Hanukkah, is actually rooted in the Hebrew word of chinuch, of education, as well as rededication. And thus, we must be mindful of their spirit, the children, and their celebration in this time. Rabbi Mendy Darren was an important part of American Friends of Lubavitch Chabad, and specifically the National Menorah program every year, which was his favorite. God took him back way too early, for a reason only he knows, but the spirit of Rabbi Mendy Darren endures. I could imagine that if he was still with us tomorrow, he'd come into my office and tell me what I needed to do differently next year. He was a good critic, young colleague, and a dear friend. And so a number of years back, we dedicated the National Menorah Essay Contest in his memory so that what he liked to do while he was here with us should endure. And we know that he's very proud of this. So we received thousands of entries from across the country with the title of What Hanukkah Means to Me. Simple, yet so pure. These words from children remind us of what this is and what we are all about, the continuity of our heritage and of our traditions. So our first winner is Miss Tali Levine, a third grader from the Hebrew Academy in Orange County, California, who literally traveled across the country to share, together with her relatives, to share her essay and join us today. So, Ms. Tali Levine, if you wouldn't mind coming.
A poem on Hanukkah by Tali Levine. Hanukkah comes once a year, but the memories last forever. Hanukkah brings happiness and joy, uniting friends and families together. Hanukkah brings extra light into the world for a full 8 days. A world without light would be a very sad place. Miracles happen in the world all of the time. The oil lasting 8 days was an open miracle that we were able to see with our very own eyes. This year, I am hoping that with the extra light, an open miracle will happen once again. Our brothers and sisters in Israel will come home safe and celebrate Hanukkah together as one. This year, I will display my menorah with pride. I will light my menorah high and bright for all of those outside. If just one person can see the shining lights, maybe they can pass it along, and together we can help create a world that is happy, peaceful, and bright.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And I'm going to ask Mrs. Shana Tsalin, who has organized this contest, dealing with all the schools around the country, to come and give Tali her medallion. There you go. Your parents must be so proud. Let's hear it for Tali. Our next winner is Ms. Dvorah Wilhelm, a 5th grader from the Southern Connecticut Hebrew Academy in Orange, Connecticut. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
You don't have to be. Everyone's waiting to hear what you have to say.
This is Hanukkah. This is the month when the Jews celebrate their victory. This is a holiday when we light for 8 nights, and this is a month filled with joy. In the Hebrew calendar, in the year 3597, the Greeks forced the Jews to live like them. Yet, the Jews persevered and fought back bravely. They stood tall despite hardships. The Jews won. God performed a big miracle for us. We should never forget what he did for us. This is Hanukkah. The holiday of Hanukkah teaches me to be proud of who I am, to stand strong, especially in the darkest times. It teaches me not to be influenced by what's going on around me. Hanukkah was a time when my ancestors were saved from their pursuers. They risked their life to stand for their beliefs and keep their Jewish identity strong. They stood for what was right, even though their enemies were trying to destroy them. Because they remained firm and strong, with God's help, they prevailed. This teaches me that no matter what other people think, when I stand strong and believe in what is right, I continue the legacy of the Jewish people. This is a time that we believe, and nobody can change that. Am Yisrael Chai, bring them home.
Whoa! Let's hear it for Dvorah Wilhelm. Nothing to be nervous about, you see?
Okay, come back.
So this is where we can receive inspiration from the knowledge that the new generation carries forth our torch of freedom and faith with pride and dignity for all to see. Of all great gifts, the greatest is the gift of life. And a wonderful gift is the opportunity to save a life. In fact, the Talmud teaches that man was created individually so that each would recognize their intrinsic value to our Creator. And so one who saves a life is considered as if they have saved a whole world. Because by being created individually, a person can say, the world is there for me to improve, to make better. Each person is like a whole world. Oftentimes, saving another's life comes at no cost to one's own or to their well-being, as we shall see in just a moment. We have with us some very special people. One gave bone marrow to the other and saved their life through the Gift of Life Foundation. They are both here with us with their spouses, but they have never before met. Now they will in the celebration of this wonderful miracle. We've done this a few years before, and it was so inspiring to everyone here that we decided we're going to do it again. So I would like to welcome the recipient, Marilyn Ziedenweber, and her husband, Doron, to please come to the stage. And this is not a project specifically of American Friends of Lubavitch. I think it's a project of humanity. If you take a little swab without costing you, you can allow someone to live. And now, I would like to welcome to the stage someone you do not know yet, but who has saved your life. Shlomo Goldenberg and his wife, Miriam Bracha. Now remember, they're seeing each other for the very first time. We'll give them just a moment as they get to know each other, because the power of life itself is within these four people, and we'll hear from them momentarily.
I stand here overwhelmed. I stand here overwhelmed and completely verklempt. A year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, no symptoms whatsoever, and was told my prognosis was very bleak without a bone marrow transplant with an excellent donor. Now, thanks to my doctors and nurses and the Gift of Life Marrow Registry, I was given the gift of life. As a child of parents who survived the Holocaust and the crematoriums, my existence itself is a miracle. By my donor donating cells to one patient, he has saved a wife, a mother, a sister, and a proud bubby. He was here a minute ago.
I'm right here.
Oh, he's right here, okay. We are all here today to celebrate the miracle of Hanukkah. May the miracles continue. May the Gift of Life Bone Marrow Registry continue providing the gift of life. I wish you all gesund, be stark, and Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you so much.
We're not only grateful for this miracle, but for you, Marilyn, coming to share this incredible story. Hopefully others will be inspired to do the same, and you never know. So please, go do what you can. Maybe you can save someone's life without it affecting you at all. What could be an easier mitzvah? And now I think we should hear from the bone marrow donor, Shlomo Goldenberg.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank Rabbi Shem Tov for arranging this Hanukkah lighting, and Gift of Life for arranging this beautiful and meaningful meeting with Marilyn. Sorry. I'd also like to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because this really all comes from him. I'd also like to thank all the caregivers and family members who look after and care for people with severe sicknesses. They're really the ones who pulled through. After watching my grandfather's battle with cancer, the sacrifice that my father and uncle did to care for him, to look for him for all those things, all the trials and tribulations, was truly humbling. To witness the same level of dedication that Gift of Life provides donors and recipients, it's like a miniature Hanukkah miracle each time. The light this organization brings in the world is beyond the scope of one person. I really want to thank everyone for being here to celebrate the miracles of Hanukkah and the miracles we create together. Hanukkah.
Thank you all so very, very much for being here. And now you'll all be sitting together, and then you'll celebrate with some good latkes and donuts after the event is over, as you can get acquainted and hopefully inspire others to do the same mitzvah. Thanks for being here. I know it's cold, but that made me warm. I don't know about you. We celebrate our religious freedom, but as we know, ladies and gentlemen, freedom is not free. As a matter of fact, there are people that dedicate their lives and sometimes give their lives to celebrate this freedom which we enjoy. And the pain is very deep and lasts for a long time. Personally, my own grandfather, my own maternal grandfather, went off to fight in the Allied forces against the Nazis and never came home. So I know what the sacrifice means. And if I could ask Rabbi Menachem Shem Tov, who's here to join me, he's the managing director of American Friends of Lubavitch Chabad, and also the one who has overseen the production here on this site. I'd like to hear a round of applause for Rabbi Menachem Shem Tov. But I want him here for what I'm about to say because he also serves as the rabbi at the Pentagon. First, I'd like you to hear what he sees there, and then we have something to say for all the members of the armed forces who are here today, as well as the Jewish war veterans who joined us here. We're going to recognize them in a moment, but first, a word or two about what happens at the Pentagon.
I have the honor to serve as the rabbi for the Jewish community at the Pentagon. I see firsthand when I walk through those halls how the military cares for all members from all faiths and does everything possible to accommodate any religious need whenever it is necessary. I, as an American, one that was born here in Washington, D.C., am eternally thankful for our armed forces, for our country, and for the concern for those like myself that are Jewish, that we are able to serve our God proudly in whatever position we may find ourselves.
Let's hear it for Rabbi Menachem. Come on. And now I'd like to ask all of those who are serving in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force, who are all represented here, as well as the Jewish war veterans who are here together with their National Executive Director, to please stand. And I'd like everyone to please applaud them. Can you please turn around so everyone can see you? Thank you very much for your service. It's our honor and our pleasure to have you with us, and I hope we can see you many, many times over in good health and in happiness. Thank you. We know that as we celebrate Hanukkah here, I'm reminded of a thought that I said at the Capitol a few days after 9/11 when we came together for a memorial service. And I said that there's a piece of shrapnel in every American heart, but the soul of America is even stronger than our heart, and we will certainly recover. There's a piece of shrapnel in every Jewish heart. And until all of the hostages are released, I heard one of the little girls say, "Bring them home." I say, let them go. They did nothing wrong except wake up as Jews in Israel. And for this, they were killed. They were tortured. They were taken into captivity. They were molested and abused. And their lives and those of their families were ruined, thousands of them. And last year, when the second gentleman was with us, I was asked by the White House whether there will be any family members of hostages here. And I said, there will be thousands, because everyone who will be here is in a sense a family member of a hostage. But I think there are 7 billion family members of hostages, because every decent human being cannot rest while this is going on. And our joy is not complete until we see every single one returned, and those who are alive in good health. I believe that when this menorah was first lit in Lafayette Square, it was done because it was an answer to the call by the Rebbe to increase in Hanukkah celebrations. And my father, from whom we'll soon hear, applied for a permit and was denied. So he went to see someone at the White House who was the domestic policy chief for President Carter at the time, and told him of the dilemma. So he called the Secretary of Interior and he said, look, either you're going to approve this menorah permit or I'm going to go to the president and get your permit for your tree yanked. So I recommend that you do it. The permit was approved. And it was in the middle of the hostage crisis in Iran in 1979, where our fellow American citizens were held And President Carter, for the first time in I think 100 days, walked out of the White House together with his domestic policy chief, Stuart Eisenstadt, who has since served in so many distinguished government positions. I can't even remember them, but over 50 years he's been ambassador and undersecretary and deputy secretary in various administrations, and is now the chairman of the Holocaust Memorial Museum. And I see sitting next to him is Ambassador Deborah Lipstadt, who was the first Senate-confirmed official of the United States government to combat and monitor anti-Semitism. And I would like actually for Ambassador Eisenstadt, if you wouldn't mind, to stand and wave to everybody so they could say hello. Every year he stands up and sees the big crowd and starts to think about all the trouble he caused back then when he was a little younger and decided to stand up for what was right. Look what you've spawned. Thousands and thousands of celebrations that have copied this. I also want to mention that we have a special guest, Mr. Paul Abate, who's the Deputy Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, who has also exerted unbelievable efforts in combating hate and anti-Semitism across America. And he's obviously sitting next to our special guest from the administration, Secretary Mayorkas, who will be introduced shortly. But first, as Jewish people and as Americans, we have to remember that we have with us Aviva Siegel. Aviva Siegel was a hostage in Gaza, and she was freed, thank God. But her husband, Keith, who's a US citizen, is still being held hostage now, today. She's here with her daughter Ilan and her grandchildren, and if she's near the stage, I'd like to have her just come up and say hello for a second, just give a little wave, and then encourage us all to pray for the speedy release soon of her husband.
Okay, I've got 1 minute, so I better be quick. I'm Aviva. I was a hostage in Gaza. I felt it. I saw it. And it should not happen to anybody in the world, and no Jew. I'm standing here for my Keith that is still a hostage, and for all the hostages that are still there. We need to bring them home now. I want to say thank you to everybody that's doing everything they can. And I want the light of Hanukkah to fill all the world. Extra light to bring them all back home. So let's just light the candles, please, this year, because we need it to bring them back home. We need them to stop suffering underneath the ground in Gaza. There's at least 50 hostages that are alive, that are screaming to get out of there and to come out and to be free and to light the candles at home. So let's hope and wish that it's going to happen soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Aviva. I know from working with many of the hostages and their families, the freed hostages and their families, that it's not easy to share remarks, but I hope you'll all learn the lesson that I just learned. Maybe it's not in your program either, but make a minute or two or three. As Aviva said, I'm going to say a few words for Keith. We can all find a few minutes to do what we weren't planning to do and do something to help the effort to make sure that we see them all brought back very, very soon. It is insane that a year after October 7th, we still have to be praying for this. And I hope that those who are holding them will realize that the only human thing to do now is let them go. Points have been made. Darkness has to turn to light. People have to start to understand each other. And whatever your opinion is, we all know that this is not normal. And as a Jew and as a United States citizen, I beg everyone who can do whatever you can do to make sure that those who are holding our brothers and sisters who are innocent, just let them go. It's time. Moses said it to Pharaoh, and we have to say it to whoever we have to say it to until we celebrate their safe return. So you want to know where all of this effort came from. It came from an address by the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, our mentor, the mentor of the Chabad Lubavitch movement, who has 6,500 emissary couples in all 50 states and in over 110 countries doing what I'm doing here. And I'd like you to pay your attention to the screens just so we can hear his words that inspired so many wonderful events of light.
Zum Mifte Hanukkah na Nefen Misuda, also soll rumnehmen Kol Bote Israel, als in jeder jüdische Huis soll sein mehr sein als besser mi Bachut. Ihnen von am Mitzvah-Nelis, ner Mitzvah-Teroei, und in a Nefen von Mesive heilig mit jem le jem.
I hope that in these efforts that we have been somewhat organized, at least. But in making sure a menorah reaches every Jewish home, I want to encourage you, if you're watching, and for those who are here, go to nationalmenorah.org. Order a menorah kit for yourself, and we will, through the generosity of our supporters, make sure you get one during this Hanukkah so that you could bring the light and warmth into your home, and if you're already celebrating, into the home of a friend. Remember Aviva's message to us. Make a few extra moments and spread the message of light. We now have a special children's presentation. Within Chabad Lubavitch, we have something called Tzivos Hashem. Think of it as a sort of Peace Corps, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and other such institutions, all wrapped into one for mitzvot. The Rebbe said that while children are educated in their young age to do good things, they'll do good things when they're adults as well. The highest rank one child can achieve is 5 stars. A few years back, we prepared a memo for President Obama because we were having they wanted children in the meeting. We didn't know which 2 to pick, so we picked the highest ranking children at the time, and we explained the ranking system, and when he walked in, he addressed the children as general. And if the commander-in-chief of the greatest army, or armed forces, I should say, in the world, addresses these children as general, then I think it's only appropriate that right here at this event, we have them reach their 5-star rank. So our first 5-star general is Mushka Lane. To get to this level, she had to complete assignments, and I think she has completed more than anyone in the history of the organization. And she will receive her 5th star right here. Mushka, you now 5 stars. Mazel tov to you. Your right hand. That's it. We won't take any points off. Thank you very much. And I'd like to call up now the highest ranking boy in Tzivos Hashem, Mendel Raskin, who will receive his 5th star as well. We're grateful for all the community service you've already done, and we all salute you on the acquisition of your 5th star. Mazel tov. We'll be lighting the menorah in just a few moments. We have to hit dusk so that we are in time for the networks who are waiting. So I'd like you to give a warm welcome countries. He's a global investor, CEO, innovator, and philanthropist who extensively supports Jewish causes around the world, including ours. I hope you're happy with what you see tonight, Mr. Chairman, and I'd like you to give your attention to Mr. Tolchinsky as he addresses us briefly, after which we will hear from our special guest, Secretary Mayorkas, and we'll light the menorah.
Thank you. Good evening, my friends. Tonight, under the glow of the National Menorah, we celebrate Hanukkah, a festival that reminds us that even the smallest light can dispel darkness. The story of the Maccabees teaches us that faith and courage, even in the most impossible odds, can ignite a flame that burns forever. But this flame is not ours alone. It is lit by God, and we are simply channels to bring His light into this world. It is our calling to share that light and to inspire people to come together. As an immigrant and a refugee, I've seen firsthand how faith and determination can overcome challenges, and I am proud to say that I have experienced the American dream. But I did not make that journey alone. Only by working together and setting aside our differences will we achieve the future we aspire to. Together, let us build an America that delivers on that promise. Here in Washington, in front of the White House, the center of global leadership, we light tonight, we kindle tonight, the light we kindle tonight sends a powerful message. That darkness will never defeat light, and division will never triumph over unity. Let us carry this light with us beyond tonight. May it guide us toward a future of hope, unity, and peace. Thank you, and happy Hanukkah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Tolchinsky. And before, when I mentioned Rabbi Mendy Derin as part of the National Menorah Essay Contest, I neglected to mention that we have members of his family sitting right with us. So thanks for making the trip. Our next speaker is a member of the cabinet, one who has great responsibility for something very important to all of us, the security of our homeland. It's a relatively new government agency, but it is one which directly impacts our community. And I think it's a good time for me to thank him. But before I do that, I would like to welcome him to the stage. Please put it together for the Honorable Alejandro Mayorkas, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. And now I want to thank you, sir, for the efforts we in the community in the community we know that you have exerted for the nonprofit security grants and many other efforts to make sure that we are safe and have help in literally staying alive. So please, Mr. Secretary.
Good evening. Today we begin the celebration of Hanukkah. I draw from the beautiful and profound words of Abigail Bogrebin and Dov Linzer, published just this morning. The glue of the Jewish people for 3,000 years, indeed the key to our survival, despite all those who tried to destroy us, has been the beauty, joy, and rituals of Judaism. We can all benefit from the study of Torah, the mandates to visit the sick, feed the poor, pursue justice, welcome the stranger. There is a yearning for this beauty, this rooted history. We see it in a post-October 7 surge in synagogue attendance, Jewish learning, and communal connection. We can lean into our shared tradition and values as a beacon for what we aspire to. This Hanukkah, let us rededicate ourselves to the light that defines us and the better world we seek to build. On behalf of the President, Dr. Biden, Vice President Harris, and the second gentleman, I wish you all a happy Hanukkah.
Thank you very, very much. We are about to light the menorah. And I don't know what is next for Secretary Mayorkas when this administration ends, but I will say one thing, that with the Jewish knowledge he just exhibited and the talent he possesses, which I unfortunately do not yet, of making very brief speeches, he has a good future as a rabbi. I know many boards who would want to hire him. And now, before we light the menorah, however, we have to remember that just as freedom is not free, nor are events like this, because though we have the rights to perform them and organize them, they are completely privately sponsored. So I'd like to say just a word and then thank our supporters who helped us do this. And first I want to tell my Jewish brothers and sisters here in Israel and around the world, they're once again spewing hate against us. They're torching our synagogues, they're threatening our security. It's no longer a topic or a theory, it's a clear and present danger. Every day. And those who do this will join those who came before them in hate with a similar fate. And we will join ours in a victory of the Spirit. So if I can say something from here in this great assemblage today, it's to be strong and of good courage. Though we are shaken, we've been here before. And one thing we have learned is that with a strong faith and unity, even if we can be hurt, and we sure have been, we are ultimately, literally, an indestructible people. And to our friends of the Jewish people in the larger world community, we are grateful for your support. We pray for you and for your well-being and hold strong hope that you will be resilient in the face of so many pernicious attempts to unsettle you in your support of us. I might add that in addition to the gratitude of the Jewish community that we express to the Secretary and to the Deputy Director and to the Ambassador, I think it's important to note that we've done a lot, but we have so much more that needs to still be done. And to address and combat anti-Semitism, if I might say more specifically, because it is different in some ways from other forms of hate and demands a particular focus. And as I expressed at a meeting to which we were invited a few hundred yards behind us just last year. We, the Jewish people, have to worry first about anti-Semitism so that we can be strengthened enough to help others in society who need our support. It's almost like on the airplane where they say, put your own oxygen mask on first, because though you're tempted to save everybody else, you won't be able to if you don't survive. So I'm sure that we'll all agree that more needs to be done and we have to redouble our efforts. But perhaps the best antidote and most effective one to combat anti-Semitism is an informed and robust Semitism. When we become stronger in who we are better assured of our continued survival. We don't merely celebrate a military victory of the Maccabees. We celebrate the miraculous rededication of our holy temple in Jerusalem over 2,000 years ago. It's about light and purity, more than an armed victory, which was required to reclaim our ability to worship unharmed and unhindered. So try and take this Hanukkah and seek an opportunity to learn more about our rich heritage as Americans and as Jews who are fortunate to live in this great country in the brightest time in our diaspora history. Seek an opportunity to help someone, to teach someone, to share an experience and warmth in someone else's life and with kindness. We must teach the emerging new generation to illuminate, not eliminate, to light the world, not scorch the earth, usher in a time of peace, understanding, and redemption for all of us, all over the world, as the prophets have promised us. Those who helped us make this event possible have shown real dedication as the scope of this activity has really grown. I'd like to thank, and if we can show the logos of the major sponsors on the screens, please, the World Quant Foundation, whose chairman and CEO, as you know, served as the honorary chair for this year's National Menorah Council. Suffolk, which is a major supporter of our efforts here. Chevron, which makes miracles with oil, but also searches for alternative energies. And of course, the Mayberg Foundation, that have been staunch supporters of ours for decades. Let's hear a round of applause for them. I'd also like to thank the Falick Family Foundation, Mark and Nancy Penn, the Pratt Charities, and Dan and Ariane Sachs, Harry Ajmi and family, one who wished to remain anonymous and asked me not to say their name, Yitzhak Hilda Applebaum, Jonathan and Laura Barron, the Daravoff family, Zev and Esty Drizzen, the Epstein family, Choni Hertzgen family, Bill Knapp and Jeannie Milbauer, Thor Equities, Verizon's, who only asked me to say that they love it when people connect. So look at this. Seth and Rivka Weisberg, the Weisberg Family Foundation, and all of you who went to our site of nationalmenorah.org or to jewishwashington.com and contributed. And if you didn't yet, it's not too late. I'm going to say that we're about to light the menorahs. You can tell the lift is in place. We want to thank our three cantors who came to be here with us. Cantor Yitzchak Meir Helfgott of the prestigious Park East Synagogue in Manhattan, Yossi Schwartz from the Parkland Synagogue in Florida, and Yaakov Motzen, who serves as cantor in the Shul of Bal Harbor. They will lead us in the blessings, and I please ask that you rise for the blessings and stay in place afterward until the singing of Oseh Shalom and God Bless America is over. And at that time, we will conclude the program. Thank you very much. Please rise. Bless America, the conclusion of the program, after which we will have latkes and donuts served at the back. Please have a safe trip home. Thank you.